Hello, and welcome back to the First Impressions video brought to you by MO Play. Today taking a look at a free-to-play CCG called Major League Wizardry. This is available on Android, PC, going to be iOS relatively soon. It's being ported over. It's also trying to go through the Steam Greenlight process. This is a game that's fairly reminiscent of Hearthstone. A couple of different mechanics here. Currently it's only single player and multiplayer. Single player is against an AI, you can use it to collect extra cards. Multiplayer you can either play in real time or you can play in a mode that lets you take your turn, and then your opponent can take their turn at their leisure. Really good for mobile platforms, I believe. You're similar to Hearthstone. You play down characters, and then you go and attack with them. You can see you can regain a maximum of 10 mana, and you gain 1. Your crystals go up 1 per turn. Also, you'll notice the guys have 3 stats. They have an attack, a health, and a food. So I have a maximum mana of 2. I have 1 food, so I can only gain up to 1. That means 1 is locked up. I cannot use any more. In this case, I'm going to use a card to increase my max mana by 1, but it costs me 3 life. And since again I have 1 food used up, I cannot actually play the elemental yet. I could tap myself again, which I'm going to. So now I'm down to 19, but I have that. I have 3 food now. So I'm only going to have 2 mana next turn. So it is a way to let players come back from a deficit. I can only gain just so much. Oh, is that guy... Was that guy a cost of 3? Is that the problem? I will say the interface does need a little bit of work. They're also doing placeholders right now. So let's see some of the stuff that's going on. It's currently in open beta. They're planning to implement something called combos. Playing cards in the right combination will yield different bonuses. These are secret combinations that players will have to discover. There'll be new skins for wizards, monsters, and more arenas. There'll be a leveling option for your monsters, which will give them more perks later in the game. Also, you can see my elemental there, or he had the option of doing a special attack, which would do 1 damage to someone. He just like chucks a fireball. Unfortunately, I didn't use it, so I could have killed that guy this turn. I didn't. Oops. Although one thing is, it did reduce his potential mana by 2, so that's kind of nice, and I can kill it at will later. There's going to be a single-player campaign that'll let you unlock more cards. You can have a friends list. There'll be an in-game shop, so it's a free-to-play game. Expect some microtransactions. There'll be achievements, a ranking system, and apparently unlock bonuses and hidden combos with physical cards. Play the game in real life. So there's some talk about physical cards in this game. If you've played Hearthstone, I will say overall it does feel fairly familiar. Just the perspective has changed. And the fact that it's available on mobile, pretty good mobile game, I believe. The AI is pretty darn competent. I actually lost my second game. I'm going to go ahead and blast him for 2, plus 1 more. The mechanic of having a food, so you're limited how much you can play based on what's in play, does make it interesting. It does make it easier for another player to come back. Because right now, like I have, what was it, 5 in play, and I'm going to have... I have 8, and I only got 1, so I must have 7 in play. The Phoenix must cost 4. So it makes it really hard to actually just get an overwhelming advantage. Also, one thing you notice, there is a trap. It is a hidden trap similar to traps in Hearthstone. It could be a lot of things. It could do damage to me. It could prevent spells. It could prevent me from even attacking. There's a lot of things it could be, and I have no idea what. I only have 1 mana right now because 8 minus 7 equals 1. And just go ahead and blast. Man, yep, try to bypass. I got napalmed. It also has extra strategy of there are times you might want to leave a guy in the field that's not doing much just because it messes up your opponent. It's one of those mechanics that I actually didn't notice at first, because I will say the tutorial was a bit lacking, but after experimenting a little more, I do like the idea of this limiting your maximum mana based off of what's in play. I think that's kind of actually really cool and could be potentially brilliant. He killed my elemental. On the bright side, I have 5 mana now. Good fireball. He's got a wall, so I can't actually have a lane to attack him directly. And when I do attack, I get attacked back, so this is not like some games where you just hit, and if it's your initiative, you don't take damage. Most recent example of that, I believe, is Feria that I've played. Drop him. I'm going to do some spamming now. Got 1 mana left. I could... I know, I probably should give my guys a bonus. Now, he can throw the fire puppet at my Phoenix, but then I'll have more mana next turn. In Hearthstone, you almost always want to clear the opponent's creatures. In this game, there are times you might not want to. So I do think that mechanic is interesting. Right now, I'm going to go and buff my guys like crazy. All my damage is up to the roof, and that should be enough to finish off. I just Savage Roared him. At the end of the AI game, you do get a new card, which you can use to unlock, to round out your deck. Click the game, check it out. It's available for free. It's currently available on PC, Android, coming to iOS. It is an open beta, so anyone can go and get in the game. Check it out. Thanks for watching. Bye.